Hi, I'm Ian from Smosh. Hey guys, it's me, Ian. I'm from Smosh, and I rap. All right, guys. So apparently there's some beef going on right now with Destiny and Asmongold, my two favorite guys. So we're gonna check this out. It's kind of perplexing to me because I thought that Asmongold was kind of on Destiny's side with the whole ban thing. I thought Asmongold was even on his side with. He said he would have Dan on. He said he had an ultimatum for Twitch. He said if Twitch doesn't start banning people for the terrorist sympathizing shit, then he would be having Dan from Destiny on. So let's see. The bridge was burned. All right. He's actually so F stupid. So F star stupid. What does that even mean? Destiny snaps and Asmongold torches the bridge from Destiny disputes. Why is it called Destiny disputes? The chair. Yeah, that's my chair. You guys like my chair? All right, let's check it out. He's so stupid.
One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who've kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America.
Now, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody had a problem about that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the f out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because...
Wait, what? One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of coterie.
Bro said, wait, what? Look, I'm going to be honest. I think here's the thing. Here's the thing between Destiny and Asmongold, okay? Asmongold is a very layman's understanding of politics. He's a very layman's understanding, which I think is what makes him so popular, because he's not like an autistic expert in all this shit like Destiny wants to be. You know, Destiny wants to have the best research. He wants to have the best information. He wants to have the best, and that is admirable, undoubtedly, okay? That is very admirable. I think ideally that's what you should do, okay? Ideally, that's what you should be doing. The problem is that the average person doesn't give a fuck about that, right? The average person literally does not care about that whatsoever, okay? The average person just wants to see a relatable guy talk about politics and, you know, either reaffirm their opinion or give a very like layman's opinion. You know, that's what people want to see. People don't, and if you want the proof of that, you know, the proof is in the pudding. You know, look at how much more popular Asmongold is than Destiny. You know, Asmongold is way more popular than Destiny. Do I think that Asmongold has more informed takes than Destiny? Probably not. He has more knowledge than you realize. I'm not saying Asmongold is. I'm not saying he's. I'm just saying he doesn't have like he's not like reading the J6 report or reading the Mueller report or shit like that, right? Like that's not what he's doing. Destiny's trying to be autistic as hell, right? He's trying to like be the most informed person. So, you know, Asmongold's gonna have a hard time, I think, comparing to Destiny in a debate. But in terms of popularity, Asmongold's way higher because he's just a more relatable guy, right? He's a much more relatable guy. Can you put it closer to your mouth? Yeah! Get the mic closer! Yeah! Is that good? You should use this mic for every stream. I agree with you. All politics streamers are cancer. Thank you for the dono. All bread tubers should be sent to the front lines. They are the front lines, okay? They are the front lines. They are the front lines. They are, okay? They're the front lines of the internet.
Oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who've kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America.
Wait, the problem is that, hold on, wait. I realized the problem. Okay, we're going to fix it now. Check this out. We'll restart it. We fixed it now. Check this out.
Wait, what? One of the ways it's genuinely different is that he now has a kind of...
So is Asmongold just saying that politicians are funded by big businesses with lobbying? Isn't that what they're saying? Is that not true? I mean, not every politician necessarily, but like the Republican and the Democratic Party are undoubtedly funded by special interest groups that want to have their issues heard. I don't think Asmongold is necessarily wrong about that. You know what I mean? That happens on all sides. Yeah, I think it does, undoubtedly. I think Asmongold might actually destroy Destiny in a debate or come out looking better. I completely disagree. Like Asmongold, every time he's debated Hassan, has basically conceded to everything Hassan has said, okay? Hassan is not good at debating. He's just slightly better than Asmongold because Asmongold doesn't spend time debating ever, and Hassan used to now and then, you know what I mean? So I completely disagree. Even if Asmon was right, I think Destiny could debate him and win, even if Destiny was arguing for like an unwinnable position. You know what I mean? Because Destiny just spends more time debating.
A coterie of oligarchs, including the richest man in the world, who've kissed the ring, worked to get him elected, and are now apparently going to be running America.
Asmon looks like a soy jack. Yeah, but that's why I like him. I like that he looks like a soy jack.
No, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who, when, where, how? Can I just say two things? You know what? Two things. One, I think we can say that Asmongold is a political streamer, which is kind of funny because two means that Hassan is only the second largest streamer now for politics on Twitch.
Nobody had a problem about
Base.
that. But somehow we're supposed to act like this is a problem now. Get the out of here. This has been happening forever. And how do you know that it was billionaire Democrat influence that was involved? Well, it's simple. It's because Bernie Sanders isn't the president right now.
I'm going to be honest, guys. I think there's a little bit of a cope, okay? I think there's a little bit of a cope from the Dems, from the Repubs, okay? There's a little bit of a cope, and it's this idea that Bernie would have won. I don't think Bernie ever would have won. I don't think he would have won against Trump. I think Trump would have destroyed him because Bernie, at least for the Democratic Party, is just too radical. You know, Bernie is a socialist. He is a leftist. He is definitely farther left than the rest of the Democratic Party. And for that reason, I don't think he would be able to win. You know, I don't think he would be able to win. The Democratic Party has undoubtedly shifted further left on social issues, but on economic stuff, I don't think they have nearly as much, you know? And for that reason, I think Bernie would never have won. If he went against Trump, I think he would have lost too, honestly. I think this is kind of cope. You know, the Bernie bros. And hey, I'll say, when I listen to Bernie talk, I think he's a likable guy. I like listening to him, you know? Listen to him on Joe Rogan, thought it was a fun time. But I think that Bernie is just too extreme for the Democratic Party to win. I really think he is, you know? I mean, you know, at the end of the day, Hillary got the nomination, you know, she did. Because Hillary, to me, I think at the time, represented the Democratic Party better. She just lost. She was very unlikable. But in terms of her beliefs, she did represent the party better. She was like a continuation of Obama. Tom, there's a brony who did a lot of voice acting for My Little Pony fan vids. Wupcake allegedly physically assaulted a minor and got away with it. She's a woman. It has no coverage. Well, if it has no coverage, I might not look into it. Is there like a video about it? Is there a video? Like, what's going on? Is there a video? Let's see here. CK Supreme says, As is definitely not a political streamer. I like Destiny, but he's got to reel it in on going hard on folks that are obviously just uninformed. I mean, I'll have to see what his take was. I don't know what his take was. I mean, the thing is, like, Asmon can say he's not like a political streamer if he wants, but realistically, like, you know, you look at his channel, he covers a lot of politics stuff, right? He covers a lot of political things, right? Legacy Media's cook. This is political. This is political. This is political. This is political. Let's see here. This is a politics video. This is a politics video. Like, is he like a political streamer in the same way that Destiny or Hassan are? Probably not, but he still does cover politics. So like, you know, he might get criticized if he has an uninformed take. It's not really surprising. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Bryce says, every time I close my eyes, I wake up feeling so horny. Erebus says, Destiny needs to build bridges with big streamers if he wants to survive online. He's alienated himself far too much with hyperbolic language. I mean, he will survive online without the connections, I think. But will he thrive is the real question, you know, because I think one of the biggest growth periods he had recently was when he was collaborating with a lot of different people. He's going on to, like, you know, every podcast, the whatever podcast, Fresh and Fit. I mean, he was just going on every podcast for a while. You would just see every week he was traveling to be on a new podcast, right? But then he kind of lost a lot of the right-wing connections he had when he had those Trump comments because he wanted to go kind of full spud. We'll call it full. It was kind of a full spud moment, right? When he had those comments about the assassination and the firefighter guy, right? And so I think that, will he survive? Well, he survived forever online, so he'll probably survive. He'll be fine. His audience will watch him. But if he wants to thrive, if he wants to, you know, get bigger and bigger to a certain extent, or get to the biggest point possible, I think he will need to have certain connections with certain streamers. And I think Asmongold is probably a good, you know, it's probably a safe bet because Asmongold is a reasonable guy. Seemingly, from what I've seen, he's a reasonable guy, you know? Asmongold speaks to a lot of young men. And I think that's a powerful avenue for anyone to access, frankly. For anyone to access. Be mindful of your neighbors. You neighbor. Dude, I don't care about the neighbors. You know why? Because when I got in the hallway of the hotel today, okay, I got in here in Uganda City, got in the hallway, and it smelled like fucking weed. It smelled like fucking stinky green weed. So fuck whoever that is. I don't give a shit about the neighbors. They can get fucked. Fuck the neighbors.
Okay, we're gonna bring this around. It's gonna come around. This is gonna make sense. This is gonna make a lot of sense, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the proof.
This is a model that's actually familiar across the world. It's pioneered and perfected by strongmen like Viktor Orban in Hungary and Recep Erdogan in Turkey, and of course, Vladimir Putin in Russia. All of these rulers have their little crew of corporate and industrial titans who often hold no official government titles, but do the work of the regime in ways large and small, legitimate and otherwise, in return for their access and special privileges, including squeezing the state coffers to line their own pockets. As The Atlantic's Franklin Foer puts it, the regime does the bidding of the billionaires, and
This is one of the tricks that media does, is they write articles that are inaccurate or problematic, and then they cross-reference each other to create the semblance of authenticity or authority. So like they use each other for references, and they're like, well, he said it, and then I'm referencing back to this article that was written here. But the fact is that it's bullshit in a lot of cases. Like I think like Black Myth Wukong, like the example like that before is just like it. I'm not saying.
I mean, that is an interesting point, but I think that, you know, if I had to guess what Destiny's take is going to be here, or maybe what I guess just what my take would be is, but I think this is probably what he would say. He would say like, well, what is the Atlantic or New York Times or whatever, these people that are, you know, cross-referencing each other and then being reported on by the legacy media, right? Like who specifically, what is the specific lie, right? What's the specific misinformation being pushed here? Generally would probably be the big question, you know? That'd probably be the big question. Like what specifically are you going to say? Because Asmongold, he might be talking kind of nebulously here, and he may very well be right about what he's saying, but you kind of got to have some kind of backing for that, you know? Torches Bridge, did Asmon and Destiny even have a relationship or a reason to interact outside of like a debate? I mean, they've interacted in the past, I believe, when Destiny was on Twitch. Destiny can't he can't be on Twitch right now, so like Asmongold, I don't think can even watch his shit for the most part, because he's banned from Twitch, and he might get banned as a result of that. You know what I mean? I would assume they're somewhat amicable. You know, they talk about each other pretty amicably on their various streams. Just came back from an Ian concert. My ears are blown out, but I'm glad I can still hear my king, Mr. Turkey. Who the fuck is Ian? I'm the type of guy to run up on his neighbors and say, I mog you, and quickly dart away. That's true. I do tell my neighbors I mog them all day. You guys know. You guys know that's true. Search your hearts. You know it to be true. All right. The neighbors suck, though. I don't care about the neighbors. They can get bent. The neighbors can get bent, as far as I'm concerned. They're really not my problem. Tom, I'm dropping your location to the McDonald's. You stole your microphone. Better start skedaddle maxing and run, white boy. I will. He's a rapper, dude. Ian the Rap. His name is Ian the Rapper. Hi, I'm Ian. I'm a rapper. You might Ian from fucking Smosh. Hi, I'm Ian from Smosh. Hey guys, it's me, Ian. I'm from Smosh, and I rap.
This is like
Remember Gamergate? Okay.
exactly what it is. The regime does building of billionaires, and in turn, the billionaires do the bidding of the regime. Sure, of course this happens. Yeah, definitely. Right? The unique danger of a Trumpist oligarchy, complete bullshit. Absolute complete bullshit. Do you really think all the other billionaires are giving the other, do you think that they gave all the other candidates money because they like them? And this is the thing, right? Is it's like a misrepresentation that's then referred back to as an authority.
Turn the billionaires do the bidding of the regime.
Yeah.
Power grows ever more concentrated.
This is why you need to, guys, when you're watching these alternative media people, you have to ask for examples. Like, give an example of this. Like, when you say that George Soros, because that's who he's referring to, right? When George Soros is doing improper things, like what? Give me an example. What are we talking about?
It's my belief that George Soros is gay. An angel came to me in my dream and told me that. And I think that based on that, Asmongold is right.
Like, what are these horrible things that they're doing that's even remotely close to the level of
Having gay sex. Well, George Soros, I did hear he was a white cis male. And as we all know, you can't be racist to white people. So George Soros, that's not true. I thought it was, wait, are you sure? Fact checking me? Ask Snopes. I just checked Snopes. Snopes just called me. I have another microphone. I have AirPods inside of these headphones that I'm listening to Joe Rogan on, and I just got a call from my lawyer. Okay, I just got a call from my lawyer. Is Brent really asking what Soros has done wrong? Well, I think he's asking Asmongold to explain what Soros has done wrong. I think that's what he's asking. I don't even know what George Soros has done wrong, to be honest. I don't know anything about George Soros. I know he they say he likes seed oils, maybe. Speak up, liberal. My eyes ain't what they used to be. Okay. I'll speak up just for you.
influence that Elon Musk has given to Trump.
Traded as the owners and the corrupt leaders conspire to protect their mutual hold on it. In short order, this arrangement has the potential to deliver a double blow to the American system. It can undermine capitalism and erode democracy all at once.
Eroding democracy is when you lose the vote.
I don't think that's what he's complaining about. My guess is, if this is 7 hours ago, is he's probably complaining about the fact that Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world, who's controlling a social media platform that was like openly pro-Trump and supporting Trump, is now in calls with the president-elect with foreign leaders. That's probably what he's talking about, not just losing the vote, but...
And you may say, and you would be right, that corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, certainly from the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
How? I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going on.
He doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
On forever.
Just look at Elon Musk.
I'm not just MAGA. I'm gothic MAGA. America's just not gonna...
I'm dark gothic MAGA. I'm dark gothic MAGA. Dude, Elon Musk is so fucking... He's so weird. Have you guys seen the jumping videos? Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about? Elon Musk jumping. These videos are like insane. These videos are insane. Yeah, this shit.
So many different great things. Where is he? Come on up here, Elon. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here.
He's gonna do it.
Take
Look at
over,
him.
Elon. Yes, take over.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
Like, does Elon Musk have autism? Genuine question. I'm not even trying to shit on him, even though I don't really like him that much. You know, I'm not the biggest Elon hater. I'm not the biggest Elon lover, but like, does he actually have autism? This is just a genuine question. I think he does, because like I like listened to him on Rogan, and like for a long time, I remember people being like, "Oh, he's just really smart. That's why he's weird." But the more I see him now, I realize like I think he's just fucking autistic. I think he might just be like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Funny, Mike. What's so funny about it? Tom's in a Motel 6 meeting up with Grinder hookups. I love Grinder. Asperger's. Okay, so he does have autism. I thought he must, because he just talks weird. He talks fucking weird, bro. He talks strange. Jumping dipshit. Tim Waltz flames Elon Musk and Trump. Wow. Big news. Is he jumping? Okay, I saw this tweet that made it all make sense. The jumping is to make the X, right? Is to make the X from X. He was like, I love X. I love my company X. I love X. It's like, bro, because he's a foreigner. True. Foreigners do have autism usually, so that could be it. That could be a big part of it. He's a cheerleader. Yeah, Elon Musk is the cutest cheerleader in the whole thing.
This is going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
The future is going to be amazing. Amazing. The future is going to be amazing.
Massive crushing victory. Get everyone, friends,
It
family,
happened.
people on the street. Put the signs up. Put the hat on. Let's go.
The wildly
he's
charismatic
doing
billionaire
it.
rocket and
He's
electric
going,
magnet
why
is
is he
the
doing
notice
it?
Talker, man. Oh my God. What a shit talker.
and $130 million of his own wealth to get Trump elected.
Yeah.
That alone is unheard of. I mean, as far as we have records of, no one's ever done that before.
Didn't the Kamala Harris super PAC have like $17 billion or something like that? I mean, like,
What the money that an entire super PAC raises is not even, it's not even the claim that this guy just made. He just claimed that no individual on record has ever donated that much wealth individually to get a candidate elected before. Why are you citing the entire amount of money that a super PAC might have raised? I have no idea how much money was even spent over the last election cycle. 17 billion? That's
I mean, essentially the point Az is making is like, you know, the Democrats have a bunch of funders, the Republicans have a bunch of funders, the Republicans just have, you know, the biggest guy doing it is like loud about it, right? He won't shut the fuck up about it. He's screaming about it. You know what I mean? That's the point he's making. You know, is Destiny right? Technically, yeah, probably. I would say so. But I also, like Elon Musk definitely did spend a lot of his money to swing the election in favor of Trump, which I do find interesting and maybe a little bit weird, especially with the way that it happened with Twitter. Like Elon purchases the biggest social media site and then uses it to like, you know, boost his own tweets. And which that's documented, by the way. Him boosting his own tweets over others is very documented because he didn't like the fact people were getting tweets bigger than his. And then like using it to like promote Trump's campaign. I mean, that is a little bit weird, I will say. I don't know why in particular he would want to do that. I think there's probably some kind of, you know, self-preservation, self-interested reason. I also remember Elon, people said that he might be charged or something because he was offering people money to vote, which I'm pretty sure is illegal as far as I know. I don't really know if that would ever go through though. Tom, I just turned 30 yesterday. Am I cooked? Yeah, you are. It's over for you, bro. It's literally fucking over for you. If you're 30, it's over. Thank you, Banana Man. Yeah, Banana Man. That's what's up, bitch. Being a member. That's what's up. Reaction to a reaction to a reaction. Turkish Tobias truly is a slot princess. I am. Fortnite to the polls. Yeah, Fortnite to the polls.
that sounds high. How much money was spent in 2024 election cycle? 16 billion will be spent in the entirety of the 2024 election cycle. In the entirety. I'm guessing this is from both sides for all races.
Trying to pretend like Democrats aren't backed by corporate money is wild brain rot. Well, I'm not doing that. I don't think Destiny's doing that either. I think he's just saying that. I guess he sees it as like different because Asmon isn't really interpreting the news as points as well as he should be. Tom, I might be a gay spider. Take yourself out. Get sucked into the fucking moth killer.
Is my guess here.
I don't know. I mean, And this is the problem. Like, yeah, like look at George Soros, other people like this. Like, what are we talking about?
What are you talking about? What has George Soros done? Like, what's an example? Like, what's an example?
Like, the problem is that anybody can see that the government is bought and paid for. It's obvious.
Okay.
You know it. I know it. Everybody knows the government's rigged. But you're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now you're not because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it. Harris got like 3 times the money Trump.
Waiting for an example. Waiting for an example. They're going to be here. It's coming.
Yeah, exactly. It's pay to win. Yeah.
Musk also.
Listen to what he just said.
Harris got like 3 times the money Trump did. Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win. Yeah.
It's pay to win. Yeah. Those two statements directly contradict each other. It's just like, this is emotivism. This is what we're doing. It's just like, we're just saying things that are like pegged to an emotion. None of them like logically makes sense. Like, what?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value into the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. Yeah, it's crazy how, you know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually...
Do I unsub to an unused Patreon to become a member? I shut down the Patreon. I shut it down because I hadn't even launched it publicly for anyone to sub to. At least I had never announced it. And then I noticed most people had subbed already. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Why are people subbing? So I turned it off. I shut it down. So yeah, do not subscribe to the Patreon. I don't think there's anything there right now because we tried to upload the streams, but there was like a content like limit. Like we couldn't put shit on the fucking Patreon. So don't use the Patreon. Do not. It's a different one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Everyone else, I'm the only guy you need. I'm the fucking source of truth and reason in this world. Okay. In this wild world. So you should definitely be membering me. Thank you, V47 Mechanical Bird, for becoming a member. My goddamn goat. Did you try Gumroad like Sam Hyde uses? The thing with Gumroad is just too like esoteric for most people. Like I don't have like a schizo right-wing audience who would use Gumroad. You know what I mean? Like I just don't have that. So Patreon will make more sense because I'm like a normal creator guy, you know? Sam, like it doesn't really make sense to use Gumroad if you're not like in that kind of world.
So fucking stupid. Holy shit. He's a fucking... When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain like illegitimate control over the state. That is correct. Yes, that's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation of like, what could you sell the firm for in the future? It is indeed. That's like saying, oh, this guy spent $55 billion buying a firm that develops like a super secret sniper rifle, and it's only going to sell for like $2 billion in the future. What a bad buy. And it's like, oh, but what you didn't know is he was going to use a sniper rifle to like assassinate world leaders. Oh, I guess it was a good buy then. No, obviously that's not what people are thinking when they're valuing Twitter. They're not thinking of, oh, he's going to use this as an actual like propaganda arm of one of the campaigning people.
Elon got what he wanted buying Twitter. The State from Destiny's low IQ AF. There's more to it than monetary value. I mean, yeah, but you understand that is exactly what Destiny's saying, right? Like he's saying Elon was willing to take the financial loss on Twitter so he could get Trump elected. Like that is literally what he's saying. That is like literally what he said in the last 8 minutes. Like Elon bought it so he could help Trump win, right? Like that is what he's saying.
To control the entire government. Jesus.
It's just like such a one-dimensional way of thinking.
It's... Never mind. Okay.
In order to turn the social media platform into a right-wing...
It's obviously not just to help Trump win. Well, maybe it's not just that, but obviously that was a big part of it, right? Like at the very least, you could say maybe it wasn't just to get Trump to win, but it was so you could like wield some kind of influence over the media landscape and like the American populace. And the thing that he wanted to wield that influence for recently was to help get Trump elected, right? Like if you go to his timeline leading up to the election, it was all about Trump, right?
propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on.
The owner is literally a supporter of the right wing. He literally commandeered the @America account to promote the right wing talking points to get Donald Trump elected. And he literally, the owner of the platform, literally retweets other right wing accounts. Like,
I don't think he would waste $44 billion on one person. Well, the idea seems to be that he would waste, quote unquote, waste $44 million, if that's the phrasing you want to use, to get the guy he wanted elected because that guy could benefit his businesses, right? Like, it's not just he wants Trump elected because whatever, right? Like, Elon is a business guy. He wants to, he thinks the administration could help his businesses. I don't know how specifically, maybe through tax cuts or something. But obviously, Elon's a business dude. He wants his businesses to succeed. And so obviously, he seems to think that Trump winning would help his businesses in some way, right? Yell more? I hate yelling. I would never yelled at all. I never yelled at all.
If this isn't a right-wing platform, what
Elon wants the regulations to be cut from his businesses to thrive. I mean, yeah, that could definitely be a part of it, right? That could definitely be part of it. I've seen Tesla stock was dipping quite a bit recently, you know? Destiny and L on that one, I see way more left shit on Twitter. I don't know what algorithm you're on. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like Twitter's gotten way more right-wing since Elon was in. Like prior to Elon being in, I feel like Twitter was kind of a mix, but it was more left-wing. I would say like more left-wing stuff was like really big. There were right-wing people, but a lot of it was like, you know, the libtards, the leftists, like that kind of realm, right? But since Elon's been in, I definitely see way more right-wing shit. I mean, like the biggest tweets in the past little while have been from Elon Musk himself, right? Like tweeting basically Trump election ads, you know? Because right-wing stuff used to get banned and hidden. Yeah, it did for sure. But also, it's not just that it was banned and hidden. Now it's not banned and hidden. It's also just like it is getting pushed by Elon, right? Like the biggest guy on the platform, the owner of it with a huge audience, has been like retweeting a lot of right-wing shit, which definitely helps it, you know, for sure. Also on Twitter, okay, I think on Twitter you should be able to say whatever you want. The annoying thing is it used to be you couldn't say the N-word without getting banned, and now you don't get banned for using like the term cis white, but I have seen people be like, you're cisgender, which is a cringe thing to say in the first place. But you should be able to say cis if you want, but it will say like this tweet was hidden because it like is a slur. This tweet was deep boosted because it has a slur in it. And it's kind of, or like if you use cracker, it's the same. It's kind of crazy, right? Cis gets banned. I haven't seen cis get banned. I have seen it get like deep boosted or like hidden in the replies. Now you get banned if you don't say the gamer word. Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of just exactly flipped, right? It's kind of flipped.
the f are you talking about? Do you think Asmongold was one of the people pissing and shitting and coming themselves whenever there would be a person would post something like, I think Jewish space lasers are destroying our DNA, and they get banned, and they're like, oh, left-wing moderation, oh my God, left-wing, oh my God, the left-wing censorship media, like, Jesus.
Wing propaganda machine to get Donald Trump elected.
It's again, like from anybody on social media, like I'm not going to look at what Elon Musk did with Twitter. Also, Twitter is not a right-wing propaganda machine. There are tons of people that are left-wing that are posting on Twitter, and they can post basically whatever they want. The fact is that Twitter is an open space for people to have opinions. That's it. It is? No, it's not. What happens if you follow a bunch of left-wing people? Well, then you're going to get their opinions instead. That's what happens.
You do know that like Elon's account in and of itself has like an artificial boost on like its tweets, right? If we are to believe what Twitter employees say, and the fact that you get them spammed like fucking crazy to you every time you log onto that.
Not like when Elon Musk took over, he went and banned Bernie Sanders. That's not how it works. I see far left opinions all the time. So do I, constantly.
And it kind of worked. And not just to get Trump elected, but to make the world's richest man even richer.
How do you feel about right-leaning, non-political content creators being much more willing to express their political opinions and endorsing candidates versus big left content creators avoiding politics for fear of alienating their audience? I've gone over this a lot now. Is that the right wing, because they have a cult, it's just so much more easy to roll people into it. And there's
Wait, I actually kind of disagree with that. Our left wing, I feel like people who are right wing are less willing to say it. I mean, maybe it depends on what space you're in, but I feel like in the YouTube space, in terms of like big content creators, I can't think of a single person in like the YouTube content creation space that I exist in who is openly right wing and talks about how they want Trump to win, right? Like I don't see any of that. I see a lot of like big content creators supporting like Kamala or supporting like you know the right to abortion, stuff like that, which is fine if you want to think that or say that. Like you can do what you want with your platform, but I feel like I don't see like any big. If there are any big right wing creators who are like apolitical, but they are like in their content, but they are right wing, I don't see any of those guys. GunTubers, well, that's true, but they've always been right wing. Like that's not surprising. Like they're Second Amendment guys, right? I'm talking about more like people who are genuinely apolitical content creators. Because even by being a GunTuber, you're not an apolitical person, right? You support the Second Amendment, which at least in this country is more like a right wing thing. It's more the Daily Wire guys. Well, those guys are all explicitly political, right? None of them are apolitical. They're all political people. You know what I mean? They're all political people. Critical Drinker. Well, isn't he? He is like a culturally political guy, right? Isn't he? He always has been. Like he's a movie review guy, but he's not really an apolitical content creator. Andy Vance Gaming. Well, once again, not like an apolitical content creator. I'm talking about like people who are generally seen as non-political YouTubers who will make a comment or make like a big post about who they want to win, right? Like I feel like you see a lot of that shit from like left-wing people. Even like back in the day, like there was like a whole wave, like Jello Apocalypse, Casey Neistat, like the first Trump election in 2016. A lot of people came out who were apolitical, who were like, this is the big election that matters, right? This is the one that matters. Logan Paul. Oh, Logan Paul actually, I will say there has been, you know what? There's a few great examples. Logan Paul, he did have Trump on his podcast. He didn't have Kamala on, right? Who else? I guess Rogan kind of counts, but not really. He's not really apolitical. Who else? Fucking the Nelk boys. They're not really political people, but they have Trump on and they endorse Trump, right? Jake Paul did. Yeah, I think Jake Paul did.
So much acceptance. There's so much support. It's just like there's such a huge incentive and reward structure there for kind of like becoming part of the right wing cult, right? You support Daddy Trump. Now you've got a whole bunch of new fans, a whole bunch of people that are thumbs upping and, you know, approving of you and supporting you. It's just like,
Tesla among this week's biggest gainers on the S&P, up nearly 20%, fueled, of course, by the president-elect's victory. That surge resulting in a windfall for Elon Musk, who now has a net worth of $290 billion. I mean, you see, right? You don't have to be like super sophisticated to see how like wildly corrupt this could be. Trump isn't even
I do. I think it could be corrupted. Absolutely could be. I think.
Remember what I said before, though, the reason why these people are willing to accept this, and he's about to say
Thank you, Kiki,
is, yeah, it is corrupt, just like it's always been corrupt, right? If your mindset is that all of this stuff has always been corrupt, these people have always been like criminals and crooks, then of course it's easy to accept anytime somebody is actually like a criminal or a crook, right? Like it's easy to accept that.
I think in some cases it is. But the problem is that you're not going to get any sympathy from people when this has been something that's been going on forever.
Like, there it is, yeah. It hasn't been going on forever. You just don't know anything. You just have no history understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is. But you're like, oh yeah, this has been happening forever. No, it hasn't. Nothing like this has ever happened in the history of the United States of America. Well, I can't think of it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that's even remotely close to this.
So does Destiny think not any left-wing politician has been or is corrupt? I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying more is that he sees Trump as like a very unique case, basically, right? Like he sees Trump as a very uniquely corrupt politician is basically his position, right? I think that Asmongold, you know, to give Destiny credit in his arguments, I think that Asmongold probably is less politically informed than him. And I think that Asmongold also has, once again, like more of a layman's opinion. He's not like researching all the shit. He just kind of has like a general impression of how things are, right? Like there's a general impression, you know, Destiny's right. There's a general impression that, like, I remember when Trump, when he ran the first time, he was like, hey, the system is corrupt. You're right. The system's corrupt. Politicians have been fucking you over. I've been fucking you over. I'm a part of the system. I know how it is. And now I'm going to show the world how corrupt the system really is. And I'm going to win for you. Right. That was what he was saying. He was like, you know, the game's been rigged from the start and I'm going to become a part of the game rigging. Right. That's basically what Trump said. But he was like, but I'm going to expose the deep state to be the real guy because I know how it works. Right. That was his opinion. And so I think there's a big impression among a lot of Trump voters that, like, hey, man, you know, the Democratic Party's corrupt. These people don't have your interests at heart. They're fucking fake. They're the status quo. I know how it is because I've been a part of the status quo. But I'm going to come in the system and drain the swamp and change it, right? That's like, I think that's a lot of why people voted for Trump in the first place, right? Because he was like a guy who was relatable, but he wasn't part of like he was a part of the hegemony at one point. He wanted to like break it in half. Like that's early, at least that's what he said, you know? When I registered to vote, I didn't pick a party. They said it was okay. Then at the end, it said I can't vote for big elections. I got nervous and left. What? You can't vote for big elections? What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about. Because you registered for an independent party? Didn't Asma respond to his Clips channel? Has he? I haven't seen that yet. We'll check that out.
I can't think of anything remotely close to this. Like Twitter has become like RT. Like it's just insane.
Citizens United was codified into law before Trump was even around.
You don't know what that case was about. You don't know what it does. You don't know what a super PAC is. Like, kill me.
So
dude.
What are we talking about? How Elon Musk is some kind of like unique danger? It's outrageous. Yeah, you lost the game, bro. Like, yeah, you lost the game. That's it.
Hasn't yet, but the mere fact he will be has investors flocking to invest in Elon Musk companies because Musk is close to the press. They know. In fact, they probably saw the Trump family photo from Mar-a-Lago celebrating the day after the election, a family photo that, interestingly, doesn't include Melania Trump, who I think is...
Twitter and YouTube literally had the president banned off their platform. Do you know how long it took them to ban him? And they banned him because he was inciting violence, which all the Republicans, by the way, even the Republicans agreed to, and all...
Nikolai says, Destiny's corrupt by his ability to maintain a platform. He couldn't go against the advertiser-friendly narrative if he wanted to. Dude, okay, look, I'm going to be honest. I think that's, you know, you can not like Destiny. I think that's totally fine. I think that there are a lot of valid reasons to not like him. And not only that, it doesn't surprise me that there are a lot of people who don't like him at all, especially after the Trump firefighter comments. I think that was a big thing for him, okay? But the idea that he is unwilling to go against the advertiser narrative, you just don't know about his history if you think that. Okay. Destiny's had some crazy moments when that guy, I think his name is Aaron Bushnell, the American soldier who lit himself on fire for Palestine. You remember that? He made fun of him. He shit on him. He said he was a fucking loser. He's made George Floyd memes. He said the N-word on Twitter. He said the N-word on YouTube. He's done a lot of not advertiser friendly stuff. Okay. If you don't like Destiny's opinions, that's fine. But you can't deny that this is a guy that's willing to get banned for what he thinks. Okay. Like, he has said a lot of crazy shit. He has done a lot of crazy shit. He's trying to be a people pleaser. I don't understand how he's a people pleaser. How is he a people pleaser when he makes fun of George Floyd, when he makes fun of the Aaron Bushnell guy, when he makes fun of the firefighter? Like, how is that people? That seems like people displeasing, if anything. You know what I mean? This seems like people displeasing, if anything. But he dunked his mic into his Poop Max toilet. True, which is based. People just say random shit. Yeah, I think that people just have this idea of who the various people they don't like are and just kind of say random shit. There are valid reasons to not like Destiny. That's totally fine. If you don't like him, I'm not going to go out of my way to defend him on every single point ever, because I can't, because I don't agree with everything he says. But the idea that he like is a people pleaser or won't go against the popular narrative for advertisers is so dumb. Even during like the anti-lefty arc, when he was like supporting Kyle Rittenhouse, when he was arguing with Bosch about it, arguing with Hassan about it, like it's a very crazy thing to say that he like will never go against popular opinion. I think Destiny's a guy's name. Can Destiny melt steel beams? Undoubtedly, he can never melt steel beams. But on the Hawk 2 a crop top, I don't have that.
All of your hack conservative commentators agreed to before they realized that Trump was still going to remain popular in the party. So yeah, they did ban him for breaking the rules.
I mean, he even got banned from Twitch. He got banned from Twitch over the fucking trans takes, right? He got banned from Twitch. We know the clip he got banned for now is because he called the trans people who was arguing on Twitter subhuman. Okay, and even before that, okay, he was arguing that trans people shouldn't be in women's sports, which, by the way, on Twitch at the time, which was making him a lot of money, and he ended up losing that avenue for his opinions. On Twitch, the number one opinion of all time, the like quote unquote base position for like Hassan and people like that, was that there's like, you know, no genetic difference between men and women, right? Like, they can compete just the same, and trans people should be allowed to compete in professional sports. It doesn't matter. And you're transphobic if you think otherwise, right? Destiny makes jokes like it's nothing. It has no advertisers. Yeah, he has zero sponsorships. He has zero, dude.
That's how it's supposed to go. Yes.
Donald Trump's wife the last time I checked. But there's Elon Musk. He gets the friends and family discount now. And while he's sitting on...
I don't get it. So like now this
We know, we understand. Yeah.
is some kind of, because the media is attacking him because they're losing power to Twitter. It is. Twitter
Destiny won't go against Israel because he knows where not to cross the line. But like, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. There are people who have gone against Israel all the time. Like Hassan, he went against Israel and he's fine. He's on Twitch right now. And Destiny isn't. He's on YouTube right now. He's showing terrorist propaganda and he's fine.
Twitter is a direct threat to establishment media, because it's a bigger platform than any establishment media. It's worldwide, and it's effectively completely open. So the ability that, like, I've always thought that media has actually always been corrupt. It's just that we didn't know it until we got the internet and we could really see what happens behind the curtain.
It's so crazy how the internet has made all these fucking morons. Oh my God, it's actually crazy to me. The false sense of grandeur that you think you know so much because you sit there and you spam watch Tim Pool and Alex Jones. You're like, oh my God, this is reality. This is crazy. Like, these are the same people that would have been talking to you about Bat Boy because they were buying the National Enquirer when they were standing in line at Walmart. Holy shit.
I think media has always been extremely corrupt. It's just that now we have the tools to perceive it. Mainstream media is dying. Yes, it is dying, and Twitter is pulling the plug. That's what I'm saying. Twitter is the main place that people get information. Bigger than any of them combined? Yeah, exactly. So this is the reason why they're against Twitter and why they're trying to like make advertisers leave Twitter. It's because they want to maintain their position in the media economy. And Twitter is threatening that position in a direct way. Corrupt or biased? Why not both?
Billions of dollars of government contracts to the point where the U.S. space program has become largely dependent on him. Now he's going to be something approaching a kind of co-president.
A co-president, wow. Who thought that? Well, I guess, yeah, they just invented that. Advertisers are leaving on their own because it's a cesspool. I don't think that's true. I think that media and
oh my God. And he's even slurping up the Elon load about how advertisers are just leaving the platform because they're colluding against him. They don't like him. Kill me, bro.
Advertisers create an expectation And also advertisers probably don't.
Yeah, the expectation that there are going to be like open Nazis and like anti-Semitic, crazy racist black people fighting videos that are getting 50,000 likes and retweets like every other fucking day on the platform.
I think that media and advertisers create an.
All right, so what was Asmongold's response to Destiny? Asmongold clips. Let's see what he said. Let's see here. Asmongold's a fucking 5 hours ago. Let's see what the comments are like. In 2 days, one group of people is in for the most brutal reality check in recent U.S. history. Destiny thinks he's the smartest in the room. At least has him thinking tricky to an open relationship. All right, so kind of the typical responses you would see. All right, well let's see what was actually said. Let's see what the substance was here. You know, maybe it was really good and informative or whatever. You know, it could have been. You know, despite Asmongold spreading some serious misinformation in that fruit drama, I still like him just as a guy. I think he has a nice personality. He's a cool guy, but you know, I will say that he doesn't seem to be the most informed now and then. I will say that for sure. You know,
Destiny's mauling at me. What's Destiny mad about? What did I do?
Musk also bought Twitter for $44 billion and drove its value to the ground. I mean, essentially setting half that money on fire, like $22 billion worth of value.
I am the only blue leaning worker at an ironworks shop. Bet 3 of my coworkers $250 that gas prices won't drop below $2 by the end of February because they'd ride Trump. Easy $750. We'll see what happens. $2 would be insane. Dude, fuck. I think the last time I remember gas being like $2, I think I was in high school. It's not like that now. It fucking blows, dude. Now, I mean, in fairness, I drive like, you know, I drive an Audi, which takes premium, but filling up the Audi is fucking, fuck. How, I want to say it's like $60 usually when I have to fill it up with a premium. It's pretty cancer, dude. Cause I'm traveling in Uganda right now. I rented a Toyota Corolla, a new one. And honestly, dude, I like the car. I was thinking like maybe when the Audi just kicks the can, I'll just get a Camry or something. Cause the gas prices are good. And it's a fine car, you know? I feel like the Audi is kind of made me, you know, somewhat of a pretentious douchebag, honestly. Why are you in Uganda? Well, I love Uganda. Do you know the way?
I love how the quote of Elon Musk is such a stupid asshole. He bought Twitter for $44 billion, and now he only controls all 3 branches of government. You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election. It is the most powerful media tool probably in the world right now. And somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for.
Yeah. Oh, God, he's actually so fucking stupid. Holy shit, he's a fucking... When people are valuing the business that you buy, they're not typically thinking of it as, well, you could use it as a subversive tool of propaganda to gain, like, illegitimate control over the state. That is correct. Yes, that's how it goes. When you buy a firm, you're usually thinking in terms of valuation.
I respect Destiny a lot. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at it in the context of his other companies and his other goals, I think it makes a lot of sense. He just called you an R word?
And are now apparently going to be running America.
No, nobody had a problem when all the billionaires were doing that for the Democrat politicians. Nobody.
Who, when, where, how?
And you may say, and you would be right, the corporate titans have always had a lot of political power, certainly for the little guy in America. But really, this is completely different from anything we've seen before.
I'm sorry, but like, how? What about super PACs and all these other things? This has been going on.
He doesn't know what a super PAC is, guaranteed.
You're not going to gaslight people into thinking this is the, oh, wow, now it's rigged. It's been rigged, and you were defending it. But now you're not because it's not rigged in your favor. That's it.
Or you just don't know anything. You just have no history, understanding. You have no concept of what goes on in the media. You don't even know what a super PAC is. You don't know what any of this is.
Destiny, for the love of Christ. 1 week ago, you were telling XQC that Kamala was the favorite, and he bet $700K on her.
Did you see XQC put $700K on it?
Dude, that
Hey, I was there. Wait, so is the response from Asmongold's Clips channel just be like, you got the election prediction wrong? I feel like I would like to see Asmongold respond to the entire Destiny clip if possible. That would be good. I would like that.
He asked me yesterday, he's like, who do you think's going to win? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's Kamala. Like, you really feel it? I was like, yeah, I think so. And then he sent me a picture of the bet. I'm like,
That's so funny.
Then, on the same stream, you showed Harris' campaign has spent more than double Trump's.
listen to what he just said.
Harris got 3 times the money Trump did? Yeah, exactly.
Harris just got 3 times the money Trump did.
It's pay to win? Yeah.
It's pay to win, yeah. Those 2 statements directly contradict each other.
Destiny, for the love of Anubis. You can claim Elon's wealth was instrumental in getting Trump's elected, while also seeing how Harris was pushed so much that she turned from being one of the most disliked vice presidents in history to be seen as the second coming of Obama. Meanwhile, this is what her own people were saying behind closed doors.
And I'm going to say what a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just going to say it. If you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Should there have been an open primary, though?
Well, see, we thought that there would be. The anticipation was that if the president were to step aside, that there would be an open primary.
So you have an historically disliked vice president. Her own people don't want her. Internal polling showing Biden would have lost catastrophically.
They were privately telling reporters at the time that Kamala Harris couldn't win. Biden campaign's own internal polling at the time when they were telling us he was the strongest candidate showed that Donald Trump was going to win 400 electoral votes.
And now you want to tell me it's not pay to win when the media was praising her as the next Obama, and you were so convinced she would win that XQC bet 700K on her. Come on now, my man. Back to you, Baldy.
You know, he used this as a weapon to effectively change the outcome of an election, and somehow the way that you're grading its viability is about how much somebody would buy it for. I think that if you look at the reason why he did it, and if you look at in the context...
I don't understand the argument with the pay to win thing, though. I don't understand the argument with the pay to win thing. Because she didn't win. She lost. She fucking lost. Like, are they just saying that Destiny is because he got the prediction wrong? Am I missing something? I think these guys just got to have a conversation, which can't happen because Asmon, when he streamed, like, I don't think he's going to come onto Destiny's thing when he's off stream. And Asmongold only streams on Twitch, and Destiny can't be on Twitch because he'll get fucking banned. So I assume it's just not going to happen. But I think they got to have a conversation. I think it would probably be entertaining. Destiny responded to the editor too, did he? Okay. Destiny responds to Asmongold clips. We're doing reacception right now. We're doing reacception. Is it this? No, it's not that. Why is Hassan here? People on Twitter have been saying who's gonna be like the fucking left-wing Joe Rogan. You know, I think if somebody wants to do it, I think they got to get jacked. I'm gonna be honest. They got to get jacked. I could be the left-wing Joe Rogan. The problem is that I'm not a libtard. Check his last VOD. I got to go through the whole fucking VOD. There's a lot of stuff in my nose. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of, wait, maybe I can blow my nose. Check this out. I have my tissue here. I'm going to blow my nose. There's so many boogers inside. All that coke. That's true. I love cocaine. Piker and Asmongold in the same thumbnail is a dangerous excess of stupidity. I don't think that Asmongold is nearly as dumb as Hassan Piker, and even if he is, he's not nearly as disingenuous and as much of a fucking liar, okay? Asmon said he talked to him in person, but Destiny thinks this conversation would be an agree to disagree where he can't go into the weeds and push Asmon super hard. Well, he should at least try. He should at least try, right? They should at least try to have the conversation. Like, maybe that would be the case, but maybe it would actually be good. Maybe Asmongold would actually, I don't know, come out agreeing with him, or maybe he would super disagree and then have a really heated conversation, you know what I mean? I think it would be good.